Hello, 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 I am Ben the Bold, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. We are just working our way through some of the newer Naval Academy missions that they just added. In the last episode, we did, what was it, Sink the Raiders? Yes. Now, these are some of the new Naval Academy missions added with the Alpha 3 version of the game. So we did the Sink the Raiders mission. It was pretty fun. Today we are going to do the Meet the US Battleships. I will admit, I'm really excited about this mission. Our objective is... well, there are two large experimental battleships of the late 1920s and of U.S. design. These are our main adversaries. Our mission is to build a squadron of heavy capital ships and destroy the two enemy battleships that oppose us. These battleships are of experimental U.S. design. Interesting, I wonder what that means. They are not particularly fast and are quite cumbersome, but feature excellent fire control and protection systems. Okay, I guess that's what it means when it says experimental. You must not underestimate their escorting destroyers either, which will surely attempt to torpedo you if you approach dangerously close to them. Alright, so it appears like they're not going to be outrunning us, but we also may not necessarily want to get too close to them because, well, one, their excellent fire control is probably going to cause us some issues from whether we're close or far. So actually getting closer could kind of even out those odds because we have a better chance of hitting close. However, that's when we'll have to deal with destroyers. We don't have any ally fleet members or ally destroyers to help us out. So we have $95 million. We can build some battleships, battle cruisers, or heavy cruisers. And we have about 2 hours to do it. Well, we have exactly 2 hours to do it. The enemy won't retreat. Good. I think I'm going to go with enhanced firepower. It sounds like that's what they have done. They have excellent firepower. We might as well have excellent firepower as well. Or maybe more funds could allow us to get a second battleship. No, I'm going to go with enhanced firepower for now. And let's give that a try. I guess I'll go with this Dreadnought 2 hull to start out with, and we will see what I can build. So this is the ship I've come up with. It has a bunch of guns on it. The first thing you'll notice is, I think, not the main battery, but actually these secondary batteries. Look at all these 5-inch guns. I did add these because actually I do think I might try to close range a little closer with these US battleships than I originally intended. So I might actually have to use my secondaries to fight off the destroyers. I'm doing that because I am planning on just using 14-inch guns. Here's why I'm planning on using 14-inch guns. Look at that reload time, 35 seconds. If I were to jump it up to, not side guns, what am I doing? Centerline guns, 16-inch guns, reload time is all of a sudden 80 seconds. 15-inch guns, 77 seconds. But look, it's practically cut in half when we go down to our reload rate for the 14-inch guns. And that 39.5 is actually made even shorter when you consider I'm only using a double turret. I did decide to only do double turrets. We'll see how that goes. They're a little bit more accurate. But I'm looking to be probably trying to close range to at least 7,500 meters, probably closer to 5,000 meters. And from there, I might actually need to start trying to push off some of the destroyers with my secondary guns, which they have about a 19% chance of hitting at 5,000 meters. So that's not bad. They should do work against the destroyers. I also have lots of casemates, 6 inches. I also have just, the 2 inchers that you can put on your conning towers. And then I do have just 2 triple turrets of 8-inch guns. I don't know how I feel about this. It's probably not great to have. I mean, they are technically on the center line, but they're also technically secondary guns. I'm not sure how... They're not technically centerline turrets, so I'm not sure how the game models the centerline versus main guns versus secondary guns, even when they're all in the center line. But I do have 6 8-inch guns ready to fire. Maybe at the battleships, but probably also at the destroyers. They have a pretty decent chance of hitting when you get pretty close. I, of course, am going very short range. I did decide to make the investment to go high TNT explosives. Now notice if I go down to black powder, yeah, my ship's a little overweight, but I could actually get 3 battleships. So the question is it worth it for me if I just drop down the speed with a little bit with black powder, then I could get 3 battleships. Or heck, if I do gun cotton explosives, oh, in fact, maybe, no, I don't really want that 20% ammo detonation chance. What about here? 7.5% ammo detonation chance. Oh my gosh, Lyddite, 37.5 extra ammo detonation chance, no thanks, and minus 50% shell penetration. I don't think that's worth it at all. Oh, but look at that high explosive shell fire chance. Wow. Okay, I see you, Lyddite, although I don't think it's worth it for me. Alright, I might actually try this Ballistite. It only gives me plus 7.5 ammo detonation chance. It brings me back under the weight limit, and it does mean increase my shell damage and gun range, and it would allow me to have 3 battleships. So I'm actually going to change it. Let's do Ballistite. I did decide to go with super heavy shells because, well, it said, the mission said that those U.S. battleships had invested pretty heavily in protection, so I'm going to go with super heavy shells. Aside from that, I did go with anti-torp 1. I do have a double-bottomed hull. I refined my bulkheads. I, of course, have gone with Krupp armor just for the armor weight cost, honestly, but also that 90% armor strength definitely helps. Auto reloading to help me reload a little faster. Now, here's where I'm a little worried. I have pretty, for a major battleship, going up against some big battleships, I'm not sure if 11 inches of belt armor is going to quite do it. I do have a pretty decent amount of deck armor, so if this battle is taking place at long range, which it might, although I've kind of built my battleship to kind of get in there. So we'll see. If I do this again, I might have to invest more heavily in belt armor. But with that said, let's give it a try with this French battleship. Alright, and almost immediately we go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and turn towards them. Let's get a little bit closer. Now, they do have that excellent fire control, so they are already getting some close hits, but it does appear that they're going to miss. My 14-inch guns are going to push a lot of shells down range very quickly. We can only hope that these U.S. battleships, which are still about 12 kilometers away, don't have quite the reload rate that we do. We have not identified the ship yet, so that's going to be a little bit. Ooh, how long ago was that? Looks like those ships just fired. We're going to fire our main guns as well. Let's see if they get a good hit here. No, it looks like they're going to miss. It looks like they're going to miss. Ooh, but they're getting closer. They are getting closer. One thing I love about this game is just following the shells as they come in. Getting ready to see if they'll hit. Is it going to hit? No. Unfortunately, we did have misses that time. Here are those American warships. Ooh, that's a nice little hit for me. I actually did do some flooding damage early on. Did some more flooding damage and caught their ship on fire. This is actually turning out pretty good. Now, it says that these are of a experimental U.S. design, but check out, that looks like an Austro-Hungarian flag to me. You can be the judge of that. But we're actually already doing quite a bit of damage. I'm not sure, I still haven't identified these warships yet. I'm not sure what caliber guns these have. Are those torpedo tubes? Are those torpedo tubes on the side of this battleship right there? Right here? Those look to be torpedo tubes, so I should watch out for deck-mounted torpedo tubes on this thing. So maybe I will definitely be staying far away after all. Speaking of torpedoes, let's check out these destroyers coming our way. These things are going to be really fast. Look at all those funnels. I don't know why, but I just love the destroyer models. Look at them coming in. Now, of course, my secondaries should hopefully be able to keep these things at decent enough range. They are not yet... Well, no, they are in range of my secondary guns, aren't they? These are my 2-inch guns that they're about to get in range with. Looks like they have decided to turn towards me. I'm actually doing better at range, so I'm going to try to keep out of their way. Ooh, and that's going to be a big hit. That one hurts, that's for sure. Looks like we have damage to our conning tower and to our engines. Our guns still seem to be in good shape, though. And would you look at that, I just got a lucky hit. I didn't even see it. I'm not really sure what happened, but I just got a notification saying that this ship has sunk due to structural damage. So we had to have blown up a turret, right? Either way, that is huge for the French fleet. I have just temporarily shifted my focus onto one of their destroyers, which is coming in rather quickly for a torpedo run. I just would like to make sure that it is dealt with. And I'm still turning away because I'm feeling really good about my ship's abilities to fight at range here. What I'm really worried about right now are actually torpedoes. They're going to blow smoke, so if I miss on this volley, which I did, I'll go ahead and switch all my firepower back to their larger vessel. Well, and would you look at that, just very, very quickly, I got another ammo detonation. It looks like those experimental battleships weren't necessarily that amazing after all. We easily beat the Meet the US battleships. That was honestly, I mean, I definitely just got lucky there. But yeah, that is a mission complete. We got 2 lucky ammo detonations. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to tune in next time for when we try Rise of the Heavy Cruiser.